Although students and faculty from Appalachian State are studying the climate and geography in Peru for only a few short weeks, very detailed daily measurements are being taken year-round by Peruvian and Bolivian citizen scientists.
So we work with observers like Felipe all over this region, the Cordillera del Conoto in Peru. We also work with observers in the Cordillera Real in Bolivia. We have about 13 observers right now. About 3 of the observers have been taking observations for 4 years, and the rest of them just this most recent year. So they're each collecting simultaneous samples of precipitation every day. Every day there is precipitation. So this gives us a really good record spatially and temporally of what the precipitation is doing in this region. As well as that, we collect these samples every year. We come down here and we analyze them for their isotopic content. What we're looking at when we're analysing them for different isotopes is the different flavours of oxygen atoms and hydrogen atoms that have very slightly different weights. This is an atomic scale. And that can tell us some more about where the precipitation has come from, what type of precipitation it is, and the kind of weather systems that are producing this precipitation. And the reason that we're trying to do that is that these glaciers on some of these mountains over here, they're recording every year the precipitation. And that isotopic content of each of those precipitation events is preserved in the ice. So what we can do is drill down into the ice and extract an ice core, then we can use the isotopic content in those ice cores to reconstruct the weather in the past. And some of these ice cores are thousands of years old. And so if we can understand at such a small daily resolution today what weather systems are corresponding to which isotopes and where the moisture is coming from, then we can reconstruct what happened in the past, how it's changed, and that knowledge is really useful for us trying to understand how it might change in the future, and therefore how these people need to prepare and adapt in order to make sure they maintain their water supplies.
In a slightly different take on citizen science, Appalachian State graduate student Tanya Catherine Ida Vargas is a native of Peru who came to Appalachian specifically to engage in climate studies and practices that she could implement in her home country.
I used to work for 5 years in CENAMI, which is a government institution. In Spanish, it's Servicio Nacional de Meteorología y Hidrología del Perú. In simple words, it's the National Weather Service here in Peru. Here in Peru, the science are not as developed as in United States, and so studying in the university with Dr. Perry was a great opportunity to me to develop research here in Peru, in my country, and also in one way contribute to the science here.